how to become an 80-20 manager and achieve exceptional results at work. The Pareto principle states 80% of outcomes come from 20% of effort. In other words, a significant portion of the work you put in goes to waste, while only a small part of it brings results. Identifying that 20% is a big deal. Most managers get sucked into the daily chaos that comes with management responsibilities. Without being intentional about where and how they spend their time, less time is spent doing impactful work and more is wasted on keeping busy. 80-20 managers don't work this way. They apply the 80-20 rule to every aspect of their work. They prioritize work that will make a difference, eliminate work that gives an illusion of productivity, and double down their efforts on work that actually moves them forward. They achieve extraordinary results with ordinary effort. Applying the 80-20 principle helps them achieve exceptional results without the stress of working long hours or getting caught up in the busyness from doing meaningless work. As a manager, applying the 80-20 rule to these 5 important areas will not only give you the biggest returns but also lead to a successful and fulfilling career. Number 1. Spend 80% time on 20% most important work. Dwight D. Eisenhower, 34th President of the United States and one of America's greatest military commanders, said, "What is important is really urgent, and what is urgent is rarely important." 80-20 managers understand this very well. Instead of being swayed by the urgency of the unimportant work, they keep their sight on the future, proactively taking steps to reduce the gap between where they stand today to where they need to be in the future. Prioritizing work that matters multiplies the results they achieve. In principle, do a few things and do them well. Focus on issues that matter and ignore the rest. Help their team identify tasks that will deliver the greatest results with the least effort. Attend meetings where their presence will matter. 80-20 managers create value by working less while prioritizing more impactful work. Number 2, spend 80% time listening and 20% speaking. Many managers make the mistake of speaking too much, always telling their team what to do, directing them on every small issue, and giving unnecessary feedback may seem like a part of their job. It's not. They do it to feel in control. But doing more talking than listening makes them blind to real concerns that plague their team's productivity and performance. The more they speak, the less their people learn and grow. The more they tell others what to do, the less their team feels empowered to make decisions. The more they nitpick their team's work, the less motivated they feel to produce great quality work. 80-20 managers are aware of the downsides of doing more talking than listening. They practice effective listening by hearing what their team has to say. What are their concerns? What blocks them from solving problems on their own? What ideas and opinions do they have? How can they make their own decisions? What kind of opportunities do people need? And what feedback helps them improve? Spending 80% time listening and 20% speaking leads to a win-win. Employees feel happy and valued when their ideas are heard, and the manager gets access to information that empowers their team and enables them to grow. Number 3, spend 80% time coaching their 20% top performers. A high performer is 400% more productive than an average performer. Losing them robs the organization of excellence while also incurring additional cost, time, and effort to hire their replacement. However, high performers in any organization aren't easy to manage. Since they aren't cut out for a normal growth path, the moment they sense a discrepancy between their journey and the direction in which their growth is headed, they lose interest in their work and start looking out. With their uncanny ability to produce outstanding work and an appetite to solve tough problems, they demand even greater attention and engagement from their managers. The 80-20 manager cares enough to not lose their high performers. They know that simply doing great work isn't sufficient to keep their high performers inspired and committed to the job. That's why an 80-20 manager spends 80% of their coaching time with 20% of their top performers. Number 4, spend 80% asking questions and 20% providing answers. Finding answers to problems is a big part of a manager's job. However, there is a right and a wrong way to do it. When your team is facing a challenge or when they don't know how to do something, giving them the solution unblocks them temporarily. You may believe that you've just saved their time. In reality, feeding them solutions makes them more and more dependent on you. They never develop the critical thinking skills required to navigate challenges at work. 80/20 managers utilize the power of questions to enable their team to find their own solutions. What issue are they facing? What solutions have they tried? What worked? What didn't work? What other solutions are possible? And how can they target a small win? Spending more time questioning and less time providing answers seems a bit slow initially, but in the long run, it makes their teams 10x faster. Their team adopts the questioning skills and learns to unblock themselves. They feel empowered to make their own decisions, which helps them move forward. Number 5. Spend 80% time praising and 20% being critical. Giving feedback to the team is an essential part of a manager's role. But what if, as a manager, you're overly critical? Instead of recognizing your team's effort and praising them for their accomplishments, obsessing about the one thing that does not meet your expectations is bound to lower your team's morale. How can they be motivated to produce the best work when they're constantly reminded that nothing they ever do is good enough? An 80/20 manager does not use feedback to remind people of what they lack, but instead what they bring to the table. Recognizing every employee for their unique skills inspires them to work harder. Praising them for adding value, even in small ways, builds their confidence to embrace bigger and better challenges. This does not mean that they never criticize or refuse to point out areas where their team lacks. But giving constructive criticism is not their main focus, it's only a small part of their strategy. Whether it is positive feedback or sharing ideas on where their team members can do better, an 80/20 manager identifies feedback with the biggest impact and spends their time and energy in ensuring it is delivered and received well. 80/20 managers use feedback as a tool for growth by helping their team strengthen skills and abilities that will 10x their impact while ignoring weaknesses that do not get in the way of their success. Now it's your turn to be an 80/20 manager. If you like this video, don't forget to comment and subscribe. Thanks for watching.